Hey guys, Marco here. This video is about how to increase your conversion rate for e-commerce stores. Basically, I came over this group a couple of weeks ago and I saw some recurring questions, and I would like to address those in a little video, sharing my experience in working with e-commerce store and helping them to optimize their conversion rates. This is what we do. Let's basically dig into that. I have prepared like a list here of 5 points, and to give you a basic concept to start out with, looking at websites, looking at e-commerce stores is, you can keep two things in mind. Basically, one is how to increase the trust on your site. When strangers come to your site, they're not familiar with your brand, with your products and whatnot. So how can you increase the trust? And the second thing is, how do you reduce the anxiety? For example, making it more convenient to browse and having the design ready, having a great user experience on your website overall. Those 5 points are actually addressing those things. And I'm also curious for your opinion. Maybe you would like to share what works best for you or what is your experience. And maybe one disclaimer. Those points are working out in most cases, but it's not a guarantee that they have to work out at every single page, because at every single site, because every site, they basically have different dynamics to them. So you can never compare them really. And what we usually do is, before we implement those ideas, we test it. Like, we use A/B testing tools to really make sure the statistics, the data are agreeing on those ideas. Because before you test it, those are just ideas. There could be opinions and whatnot. So if you have the chance, if you have enough traffic on your website, go ahead and test those things. Make sure that it's significantly increasing your conversion rate, just as a heads up. So how to increase trust, how to reduce the anxiety, 5 points. The 80-20 here is always looking at the product page. There are a few things that I wrote down, and I show you in a second on some websites how you can do that. Like, as an Amazon, the first thing, like, have zoomable images. You can browse over the pictures and you can zoom into. That has shown for many sites that this can really increase the conversion rate. Not all the examples that I pulled up here have it, but most of them. So when you zoom over that one, that's the first little tip that we have. I have another chapter on that, but social proof is really important. For example, customer reviews, but that's the second point. I'm going to dig into that much deeper. Clear shipping information. People always want to know how long does it take? Do I have to pay some extra costs and whatnot? Here in this example from Manta Sleep Mask, they're having here quite a good overview of their shipping policies. The processing time, the shipping, which is free, which is always ideal. If you can build the shipment price into your actual price, that's a great thing. And all this relevant information. That's a great thing that you can implement. Having wish lists, that's a good retargeting tool. 1 second, I wrote it down. It's here in the back, they have an option here where you can, just 1 second please, where you can add things to wish list. You can create an account, so you can catch people or visitors who are not yet ready, but they're highly interested into your products, and they can create their own wish lists. Correct, yeah. So has another example. Here they have a wish list function as well. I think also you can add things from your category page here and then create an account. That's another nice tip. In general, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Can you add some scarcity to your site? Can you create some urgency in a way? But don't make it too salesy. Customers, they know it. Like, if you just have like a counter and timer or like selling ebooks and like you have a quantity restriction that doesn't work. So be smart about it, be subtle about scarcity and urgency, but it still works. Have some cross-selling, like all those websites, when you scroll down, they relate to other products. That's all very basic tip, actually. Just make sure that you actually do it. Cross-selling here. Yeah, that's basically it. And another very important point is speed testing. Always make sure that your sites are ideally optimized for speed. It makes a big difference in your conversion rate and overall user experience. So that's the last point that I have summed up. Let's stick into point 2, which is much more information on how you make your store more trustworthy, which is basically increasing your social proof. So, for example, here, I think this site is a really good prime example. You have all the testimonials even sprinkled across the product page. Yeah, here it has a testimonial with a big benefit, completely dark. The sleep mask makes it completely dark and it's comfortable. Also here, the star reviews, it's basic, yeah. Another thing here are those trust badges. And as you can see, they're grayed out, they're subtle. It's an interesting psychological trigger. If you don't have them, people know it's missing, but they could not speak it out. They don't know what it is. That has some research shown. So having that, it's increasing the trustworthiness of your site. Yeah, and even just subtle. It doesn't need to be in color. It's just grayed out. That's perfect. Yeah. As you can see here, they have more and more testimonials, customer reviews sprinkled around the site. And here, it's a very nice Instagram kind of campaign and video testimonials, images. Yeah. So here's also some reviews, and you also has here like mentionings, media mentions, of course. Yeah. From all those magazines and whatnot, as well as Trustpilot reviews. Okay, so in general, also white to have design letters, make it clean, have a clear and visible call to action button on your website. So now for homepage, category pages, and product pages, have your unique selling proposition, or like every salesperson knows. Sorry. Yeah, let's rewind that. So first of all, address your objections. Every salesperson knows that if a customer is addressing their objections, it means already they have like a purchase intent in some way. So a good salesperson knows how to deal with it, and it bounces back those questions. The key here on e-commerce is you want to anticipate the inner dialogue of your customers once they're scrolling and experiencing your website, and you want to catch them, like whatever question they have in their mind, you want to address it on your website. There are a few ways to do it, like having a great FAQ section is a great way. But ultimately, or ideally, it's also great to have a live chat, so people can also reach out to you. Here's the example of the FAQ section, where you can already have some ideas. Further, if you ask them for additional information later, for example, in the form, let them know why you need to ask them for the birth date. If you ask them for the birth date, right? Not all of us is asking for that, but some of us, when we do some special email marketing, for example, we might want to know the birth date so we can have special offers. All right. So again, back to the value proposition. Excuse me, I was confusing it. The point before. When you look at product, home, and category pages, you want to have a great value proposition that communicates the benefit of the product, ideally addresses who the target group is, the target customer is, and yeah, as well as possible use any jargon or slang or somebody. So here you already have those benefits: sleep better, anywhere, anytime, 100% darkness guaranteed. And you see the image of a sleep mask, so you can directly identify what it is. Another example is here on Huel, already stating it: complete food, simply delivered, and they have like a trust, there's social proof here, enough to feed New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago. But as a customer, you go to a website, you have only 5 seconds or milliseconds that you form your opinion, and so you want to immediately address what your site is about. And last but not least, just in general, make it convenient for your users. Make the experience convenient. If you miss out on convenience, it's just a big pain for the users. So generally, don't ask too much unnecessary information in your forms, and then just have like clear fields, big fields with clear subscriptions. For example, back to here, when you go to the product, they have everything with enough spacing. They have light design, clear contrast, and whatnot. So here you have those little icons, which makes it really easy to grasp. They have infographics here. All those things are adding a lot of value to your site, to your brand, to your overall trustworthiness. And those are basically the 5 tips that I have for you. And if you would like to share, I would be very curious what your major obstacles are, or how you solve, or how you increase the conversion rate of your site. Maybe you have some methods and tactics to add. And I hope that provided somewhat of value, and I wish everyone a good Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Goodbye.